Something I have always hated dealing with is really small, finicky stuff with CSS. And doing badges is a classic example of that. They're really hard to get right. Luckily, of course, Quasar makes this an absolute breeze. So we're going to cover badges in this video. But first, remember link, router, and then page is how we're going to add a new item to the menu here. So let's start with the link, and that will be inside layouts. Come in here, and then we'll just copy down one of the ones we already have. I might just bring this back to normal while I'm here. Get rid of that image, get rid of the avatar. There we go. Copy this down. Oh, I didn't grab that properly. There we go. And this is going to be a Q badge. And let's just say badge for the place that it's going to. So that's the link. And then we want the route. Copy that down. Badge. And we'll call it Q badge page for the page. And now we can copy that text, open up our terminal, and then we can say Quasar new page and whack in Q badge page. And I've spelled Quasar wrong. So let's go put that in properly. And there we go. We should be all set and ready to go. Let's just check it out. Q badge. And there we have a fresh new page that we can start working with. Now, as is often the case with Quasar, it's very simple to get started with a new component. Q-badge. And now we can come in here and give it a color that is equal to blue. And if I save that, it's not going to be much yet. So we need to add a label. And I don't know, what's a good label for a badge? Maybe like a version. So v1.0.4. There we go. And what you'll often see in the Quasar docs is they'll say, for example, if there's something that's new in a new version, they'll say v1.0.4 plus. So something like that. And that tells you that what you're about to see is only available in that version. So this is something that Quasar uses themselves in the docs. We can also change the text color. Text-color is equal to orange. That looks atrocious, so I'm going to get rid of that, but it's nice to know that it's possible. Or maybe we want to have an icon in here. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of that. And we'll close this off. And we'll add in an icon. Q-icon. The name of that icon will be equal to, let's use the Wi-Fi icon. This would be a good example of where you would use a badge. Now, another thing that we can do is align it relative to text. So if I put in a div here, and I'm just going to comment this out for now, and say class is equal to text, what about H2? So that's a really cool way that you can do a heading using Quasar. Text-H2. It's a really handy utility class. Or you've also got like H1, H3, but that's beyond the scope of this video. And then we could say text there. There it is. And now if we put the badge inside of there, we can easily align it by saying, for example, align is equal to top. Now it's aligned at the top. And then we can put it in the middle as well. There we go. So that's really handy to know. And one of the things I really hate doing is adding badges to buttons. So you know how sometimes you have like a notification button and then it's got a badge in the top right? Let me just show you what I mean. So let's change this to a Q-button just to get something started. Maybe we'll give this an icon that's equal to notification. I think that's what it's called. Notifications. Yeah, there we go. And then rather than having an icon there, we might say we have 5 notifications. Save that and get rid of this. And there we go. So we got 5 notifications, but that kind of looks a little bit silly. We might want it to float in the top right of the button, as you'll often see on websites like YouTube and Facebook, where they tell you how many notifications that you have. And to do that, we can just add float. Oh, sorry, floating. And there we go. It sits in the right spot. And then you can even make this, for example, rounded. Or round is probably a better example. And it's still going to float in the right position. How cool is that? This is usually really annoying to do. And Quasar just makes it easy straight out of the box. In fact, this is making me want to have a play with this now. So let's grab this button, go to the main layout, and I'm going to add the notification up here. So let's find that text. Where is it? Here it is here. Whack in that button that we have. And there we go. Now it's sitting up there. I'm going to make it flat. And then we probably need to change the color of the notification icon. That's why it's not visible. So let's make it a gentle red color. So maybe red 4, something like that. There we go. And we probably want to make this a little bit smaller, just so it looks nicer. Size is equal to maybe 0.85 EMs. Yeah, there we go. So it just fits in there a little bit nicer. And now that could, for example, open up a notification menu or like a notification dialog. Really, really cool and super easy to do using Quasar. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. I hate having notifications constantly in my face, which is kind of ironic because it's the topic of this video. We can also make them transparent. So this is floating. Let's also add transparent to that. And before I save it, just have a keen eye on this. Save. And you'll notice that it goes a little bit more transparent. So that's kind of nice, like if you don't want to draw too much attention to the badge. We can also make it outlined. And this probably isn't something I'd do in a button. So let's get rid of the button now. Whoop, undo that, get rid of this part. And change it to just outlined. There we go. Oh, that didn't work. Outline, singular. And we're not seeing anything there, probably because I got rid of the color. So color is equal to, let's use amber. And now we've got an outlined badge. Let's say amber-9, so it's a bit richer color. Yeah, there we go. Now, sometimes you might want your badge to kind of spill over if you're running out of space. I'll give you an example for that. So if we say style is equal to width of maybe 75 pixels, there we go. And so that's got a fixed width now. And we say, this is my awesome badge. See how it kind of spills over the side now? So what you can do, and I've never actually done this before, but it's nice to know it's possible, is say multi-line. And now your badge can deal a little bit better when there's more text that it has to show. Now, one cool thing that the Quasar docs has is they've got this little updated symbol that shows on the right side so that you know very quickly what components have updated. I've actually found this ridiculously helpful. Sometimes I'm scanning down the left side, I'll see updated and just like quickly have a squiz at what's changed. So that's really awesome. Let's go ahead and do something like that. So I'll copy this, jump into our main layout. And where's our list of things? So this is the latest video because I'm doing it right now. Let's go ahead and say, oh, it'll have to be on the other side. Q-item-section. And we have to tell this that it is a side section. And by saying that, it means that this section is pulled over to the right side. Or if it was up here, it would be pulled to the left side. So anyway, we can whack it straight in there like this. And how am I going to do this? Let's get rid of that style part. We don't want it outlined. We want the color to be blue. We don't want it to be multi-lined. And we'll just say updated. Let's see if that worked. And there we go. How cool is that? It's so easy to add this stuff all over the place within Quasar. It's like these components are beautifully interconnected. It's really well thought out. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think badges are so cool. Isn't it awesome the flexibility and the speed we get straight out of the box? Like the amount of time it took me to show you everything in this video, it used to take me like 5 times that amount of time to build a badge that looks really nice and is positioned exactly how I like it. So I'm really pumped about this stuff. Let's move on to the next video.